What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash in this video. It is the 19th of September. We're just a little bit over 4 hours into the new day, sitting at $343, you guys. These are some of the highest prices we've seen since August. We've hit a high today of $350. We're not using the Coinbase chart because the Coinbase chart has this huge wick on it. We've seen this before, right, with these big wicks back here, right? You can see they're gone now, right? There, not there, not there, right? And sometimes exchanges are different, but Coinbase, I've just noticed sometimes this happens. I don't know if it's somebody fat fingering it or what, but above average volume for Coinbase, about average volume for Binance so far. So, and then if you go to Kraken, KuCoin, any other exchange, they don't have that wick either. So we're going to use Binance because it has the most volume. Yes, it looks like Coinbase has more volume, but if you go to it, right, the volume says 27.8K. On Binance, it says 54K, so that's more volume. That's why we're using the USDT pair. Anyways, shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Let's move on through this right now. Sitting at $343, looking like, and I think it's as time goes on, it'll only become more obvious, right? It'll be like obvious like this was, or like maybe this low wasn't so obvious, but maybe like in this time, right? Like if you had this kind of trend connecting all the way up. It's not the best line, okay? It's not the best line to be drawn, but we're definitely in the areas of this trend here, of this upward trend. We're in the lower areas of it where it makes sense to buy to catch on for the next move up to the higher areas of the trend. Or at least I think so. I think just looking at it, it seems very obvious to me. Also, being that we're at this low area here, which used to be a previous resistance area here, and even a little pit stop area here, finding support here would just it makes total sense. Taking the relative low here from before this high to that relative high, finding support at the 618, not once, not twice, but 3 times. You should have gone down, you should have gone lower, but you just couldn't do it. As we continue to move up higher, it'll just be very obvious. I think it's increasingly obvious day by day as things go on that was the low, that we are getting ready to break out of this, and that targets above $936 are coming. Specifically, $1,300 to $1,700 is kind of what I'm expecting. Anything can happen, right? We can go higher, we can go lower, but that's kind of what I'm expecting by the end of the year. Right now, for the more immediate term, we can focus on, we're at 343. We can focus on prices probably around these highs here, if not somewhere around these highs. I would think somewhere in this range. Let's actually box it in there, right? Something like this probably, somewhere in this zone between like $365 and $400. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. If we take a relative high to low here, our 1618 golden extension, 272 extensions in this area as well. If we take a relative high to low of this consolidation phase at the bottom here, come on now. Golden ratio zone is right in this area as well. So I really do like 365 to 400, probably a more refined idea of like 376 to 390, something like that. But again, you can fall outside those lines a little bit if you need to. Moving up, definitely moving up, higher low. I feel very comfortable saying that this is a higher low, being that we're already above this high here. So definitely feel comfortable in calling that a higher low. The more higher lows we get, the more convincing it is. If you're not convinced now, give it a week, give it a day, give it a month. As time goes on, you're definitely going to be more convinced that we are moving up. And again, the targets that we're looking for in time, regardless of all the short-term stuff, right? If we're moving up or moving down in the short term, let me tell you what the short term is going to look like, right? If we move up, it's going to be either like slightly up or it's going to be phenomenal. If we move down, it's only going to be like a little bit, if not like little to none at all. It's not going to be dramatic, right? If we move sideways, it's not going to be forever. It's going to be for a short amount of time. Really, the upside is the only thing that we're focused on, right? So regardless of what happens in the short term, if you take this cycle high to the relative low that we just cast in this, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm thinking condensing range, but that's not it. I mean, that works, but that's not what the word people use for it. I can't remember, man. I'm having a brain fart here. Regardless, from this high to this low of this correctional area here, this correctional phase. I guess that's right. $925 to $1,300 is our primary target area. I think that's not right. Actually, it might be this high. 936 to 1,300 is our primary area, with a heavy focus on 1,300 to 1,900 because we have hit this 1886 200 zone on this high and this high here. From the previous high to lows, we hit the 200 on this move. High to low here, we hit the 200 on this move as well. Can we do it again? Maybe. If not, certainly expect the expected zone, right? It's called that for a reason. So 1300 to 936 on the brain overall as time goes on. If it's not apparent now, it'll only become more obvious as time goes on. Again, looking at this relative high to low here, we are still below the 236, which only means that it's a very prime area to buy. Absolutely, we are in some of the best opportunities to buy relative to this next move up. It is not too late to DCA into Bitcoin Cash, but we are getting there, man. We are definitely getting there. And I've said that, I feel like I preach that in almost every single video because it's true. It's really true, right? I might preach it. I might have been preaching it for like the last week or two or maybe 3 weeks. I don't know how long it's been, right? Time flies. But it won't have been long enough whenever we're up here, man. It might feel like it took forever, and it does, right? This last like couple of months, it's definitely been trying for a lot of people. It might feel like it's taken forever, but whenever we get up here, when we get to these prices or higher, we're going to wish it took longer. We're going to wish we had more time to prepare and get more money into this stuff. But it's on its way. It's on its way. I feel like a broken record, man. I really am. You can go back and watch any video from the past like 2 months and probably find basically most of this exact same message going into it. But it is exciting right now. It's definitely exciting times, guys. So we'll see how it goes. Short-term outlook looks good. Long-term outlook looks good. I got nothing else to say. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Higher prices by the end of the year. Let's go. Bye.